How to start freelancing, even when working full-time. As much as 80% of the traditional workforce in the US would love to do additional freelance work next to their full-time jobs to increase their income. So, how do you get in the freelance gig industry and partake in this business trend? To start freelancing while you already have a full-time job, you'll have to consider the following steps. Define your business goals. Before you start freelancing, you'll have to be honest with yourself and answer an important question. Is freelancing just a side gig? Or do you plan to expand it to a full-time business? The answer to this question will determine your next steps, considering that you either aim to balance your full-time and freelance work, or aim to work your way out of your current job to pursue a full-time freelance career. The answer to this question is your long-term goal. To pursue it, you'll have to set a number of short-term goals and answer questions such as: what niche will you specialize in? What services will you offer? What amount do you want to be earning on a monthly basis to decide to quit your full-time job, if applicable? These are just some of the vital questions and short-term goals you need to work through to take your freelancing career off the ground. Find a prospective niche and stick to it. No matter whether you're a graphic designer, copywriter, developer, or anything in between by vocation, it'd be best if you were to specialize in a particular area of work. For example, if you're a content writer, don't aim to write about any topic under the sun, from top 3 ways to prepare your garden for spring to taxation laws in all 50 US states explained. Sure, you may start by writing various topics to find your ideal niche, but eventually, you should pick one and stick to it. But, cryptocurrency or technology content writer always sound much better in your CV than general content writer. Moreover, they inspire more confidence in you on the part of the clients who will always be looking for specific, and not general content. The same is true if you're a graphic designer. Consider your level of experience, your current pool of connections, your natural inclinations to a particular design niche. Then, make your pick focus on delivering interface design for apps, creating new custom logos, devising layouts for books, or any other specific design work. Now, this doesn't mean you should downright refuse to work on anything else. However, you will be building your experience, skills, and reputation in one specific line of work, which will increase your likelihood of getting hired to do side gigs for reputable companies looking for experts in a particular niche. Identify target clients. Just like you shouldn't aim to cover every niche in your industry, you shouldn't aim to cater to the needs of the entire industry's market. Small businesses, teams, remote workers, or even other freelancers may all require the same type of service you're looking to offer. But, you'll need to target 1 or 2 types of clients especially. Say you want to start a blog about everything related to working remotely. There are freelancers, teams, but also entire businesses working remotely, and they can serve as your starting point. But, just like with choosing a niche, specific is always better. Think about the age of your desired readers. Perhaps you're a millennial, so you can write a blog about working remotely for millennials? Think about the location. Perhaps you want to cover predominantly the US market? Think about the education level. Perhaps you want to cover newly independent remote workers who are just starting out their careers? Think about income. Perhaps you're looking to write for people with a limited budget, but who would like to move to a digital nomad visa country. Think about gender. Perhaps you want to predominantly target women freelancers? They These are only some questions you should ask yourself, but they reveal a lot. For example, that you can write for fresh out of college female millennials from the US looking to start and cultivate a remote career while traveling abroad with a limited budget. This is specific enough to draw in the right crowd, but general enough not to alienate other remote workers. After all, you'll still mostly write about challenges, tips, and hacks of remote work, which will likely interest all remote workers. But you'll get a more specific idea where and how to market your blog, and what kind of copy you should write for your landing page and subsequent pages. Set your freelance rates. Setting your freelance rates always seems like a challenging point, but it's a lot more straightforward when you list the necessary parameters that help determine your ideal and realistic pricing. Experience, if any. Education level. Supply and demand for your services. The prices in your industry. The average freelance hourly rates in your niche. Your location. Once you have all this data, you'll need to calculate your hourly rate based on it. Higher education, experience, and demand for your niche will mean you can set higher prices. If you're based in the US, you'll likely be able to command higher rates than if you're based in the Philippines. Of course, your living standards and expenses will be higher, so you'll also need to command higher rates. Create a website and portfolio. Once you've defined your business goals, found a niche, identified your target clients, and set your prices, you'll want to create an online presence. And the best way to do so is by creating your own website with a portfolio showcasing your previous work, skills, and expertise. Creating a website for free through a website builder like Wix is fine, but you'll be better off if you were to buy a domain name from a hosting website. You'll get a unique name for your online presence and a customized email address, so you'll look much more credible and overall more professional to potential clients. Regardless of what your industry is, it may be best if you were to choose your own name for the domain, especially when you're mostly looking to showcase your portfolio. You'll stand out better, and it'll later be easier to switch to a different industry or niche if you find that you want to.